Hi guys, how you doing? Today I wanted to talk about, I find myself kind of constantly talking to people and different friends and people I come across, just through different walks of life, that are always asking me questions on business and how to set up a business and what things to do in order for them to set it up. So I built this video really as a way that I could, send people that I've been talking to as just kind of a checklist for them to look at for everything you need to get your business set up and to get it done extremely quickly and hopefully get it off the ground and starting to make money. So the most common question, it's funny actually, on the way to film this video, I actually got a call with somebody asking me this exact question, is business formation. So as step number one with getting a business, obviously you need to form it. How do you go about business formations? Do you use a lawyer? How do you file it with the state? Things like that. And quite simply is I recommend everybody just go onto LegalZoom. I think filing fees are around $500 depending on what sort of formation. I'm guessing is you're going to be looking to set up an LLC. LLC is normally the best, just as kind of a standard answer across the board. So literally log on to underneath this video, there'll be all the links to all the resources and everything you need is going to be there. So just log on to LegalZoom and register your LLC. And I find that really as humans a lot of the time we're always procrastinating using, and I do this myself, using the excuse that we don't know how to do something. And what I'm trying to do now is just give you everything you need to get your first check in your business. So the coolest thing is basically the reason why you set up an LLC. The most important thing out of the LLC is you'll be given what's called an EIN number, which is basically a business tax ID, and which is basically what the formation of the LLC is for, is really just to grab this number and to register with the state that you're doing business and all those good things. So once you have this EIN number, you can go to your local bank account and set up a business account. So it's just choose, whichever bank you're currently banking with for your personal account, and then set up this business bank account. And then it's pretty awesome because you'll have two accounts. You don't need to put a minimum in it. They have some accounts with banks where you have to have certain minimums in it, but your bank should, you can start off with $100, $10, $50, whatever you can possibly potentially put in there. I suggest you do. Then the third question is normally where do you go from there? Obviously websites are really important nowadays. People are always asking me what's the best builder or editor to build your website on. I normally say is what you're looking at is if you want to use something like maybe a Wix to get started, or a WordPress, which are basically you can upload themes to and get your website done for literally you can buy a WordPress theme for $50 on the internet and then upload it and then change the pictures around. If by chance you're really struggling with this, I do have an agency that does websites, and we've actually just come with a product now which is like $1,000 for like a custom built personal business website. So anybody can feel free to get in touch with us about that. Actually, we weren't offering this product before, but then when I realized I was doing this video, I wanted to be able to offer people something just in case they need it. Next is I just suggest you very simply get some business cards. Now is this really a weird thing when you see something actually printed out and your business gets going, and really more for the motivation of now you have your own business, now you can get out there, now all the possibilities are endless and you can go and make as much money as humanly possible. And the business cards are just that kind of solidifying it to yourself that you now have a business and you own a business and you've got like I said, all the potential in the world to go and to make it successful. And then obviously you can give them out to people. I'd suggest you get some nice cards done. I'm going to include a link to where I get all my business cards printed. They have a higher quality business card, which is about $80 for 500, but they have this like nice feel to them. And whenever you give them to somebody, they're just like, oh wow, this is a really nice card. So people to me is with your website and with your business card, if either of these two things are bad, you're going to instantaneously lose credibility. No matter how good you are at what you do, you need to present yourself within the right image from the second that they meet you. So I recommend those two critically important just for, you know, moving forward and presenting the right image to any potential customers or clients. Now, what I'm going to tell you about here is a really, really cool thing that anybody could do on Google and Facebook. So these are two free tools which are going to be included in the link below. You can go on to Google AdWords. So Google AdWords is a place where you purchase advertisements on Google. Now you don't need to purchase any advertisements. I suggest you do, obviously, if you're looking to build your business at some point. But is the second you sign up to Google AdWords, you set up an account. If you already have a Gmail, then great, it'll be linked to that Gmail account. And the second you do this, there's something called a keyword tool. And now is just click on the keyword tool. I'm going to post instructions below on how to do this. But you can actually search how many people are searching for a certain thing worldwide. So as if, you know, I suggest even doing this before, sometimes even before forming your business or when trying to come up with ideas. And you can search literally your whole market, and then you can see how many people are searching for this particular thing in your local area. You can see how many people are searching for it in your country. You can see how many people are searching for it in the world. And you can start to get an idea of how many people you're really looking at and are looking for your business straight away. Now, the cool thing is as well is you can also do this on Facebook. So just go in Facebook Ads Manager and you can search target markets of people that are interested in things. And this way you really get an idea for how many potential customers you actually have straight away, and it literally costs nothing. And then moving forward is when you're telling people about your business, and you know, is if by any chance you have somebody that doesn't believe in your business or says, oh well, people aren't looking for that, you can go, no, look, here's a solid number of X amount of people in X area that are looking for this thing. So that's the service or the product that I'm providing. So this I think is crucial, just getting to know your market. And then from then is like what I see a ton of is they get to this point, right? They've got the website. I always see this whenever we build websites for people, and they get to this point where they've got everything and then they stall. And they just don't know what to do from this point onwards. And I see it happen all the time, and it's where, you know, people in business, I feel this is probably the most common point on which they start, is right there. And what I always tell people to do is we came up with this concept when we were doing marketing, and we had to really create word of mouth marketing with no budget whatsoever. So this is going to be completely free, just using your mobile phone. Is pick up your phone, as well as I'm attached, it's called the Inner Circle sheet. So there'll be a link to it underneath. So fill out the Inner Circle sheet. And these are 8 people that if you wanted to, you know, if you wanted them to meet you for a coffee, or if you wanted to go hang out wherever, if you wanted to go hang out next to a trash can, and these are the 8 people that you could call up and be like, hey, come hang out with me, or come over to my house and let's hang out. These 8 people are the first 8 people that you should call. So you should call each of these individual people, tell them about your new business, be educated, be excited about your new business, and really tell them, hey, I'm going to grow this business, I'm super excited, can you help me? Is there anybody you know that's looking for this thing, or is there anybody at all that you can put me in touch with? So many people don't do this, and it's a very, very simple, straightforward concept to do, and it's going to get you results. It's going to bring you business, I promise. It's from those 8 people, they have 8 friends, so I mean already you're at 128 people on that's what we call the outer circle from within the, you know, is they have 8 friends, and then, so you're already close to, you know, I think that's what, like 500-600 people just from this small, tiny little group. So yeah, that's one way. And then the other thing is what I suggest people to do then. So they've told their 8 friends, they've got their inner circle and outer circle going out and talking about your business and trying to help you out and seeing if they can find anybody that's going to buy your products or services. And then from there there's this amazing thing on the internet called Facebook, and you can literally search people anywhere in the world doing anything. So what I like to do a lot of the time is if I want to find a business contact, I'll look for them on LinkedIn, but obviously LinkedIn has low engagement levels, and then I'll find them on Facebook, and then once I find them on Facebook, I'll go ahead and add them and ask them to do business. And what you'll find is the quicker you can get over asking for business, the quicker you'll be successful. And this is just something that, you know, stalls people. They always think, well, not always, but I see a lot of times that people think that once they have a business, that business should come for them. And out of all the businesses I've done, out of everything I've done in my life, unfortunately, that's never gonna happen for the most part. Is people just aren't gonna walk up to your door or walk up to you and give you business for no reason. So find people on social media, get in contact with them, and then which leads me nicely onto my next point is when you contact people on social media, are they people that you can look for people that can buy from you, buy your products and services, but you can also look for people to set up partnerships with. So another way is I'm going to build a worksheet for this, which I'm going to attach. I've just realized now talking about it, we should probably do this. But is whatever your industry is, there's partnerships and there's people that can make money off of you succeeding. So for example, is you have a realtor has, you know, a mortgage company, an insurance company, roof inspectors, all these different people that can make money off of the person, credit repair, off of somebody that that you bring to the table. So is what you need to look at in your industry is who is going to benefit from the people that I'm going to sell to, or the people that are going to buy said product or service off of me. And then once you find them, you contact them on Facebook and go, hey, I'd like to arrange a meeting. And you can go, look, I've told my inner circle, I've told my outer circle, I'm running around looking for business, and once I get business, I'd like to bring it to you also, and I'd like to set up this partnership. If by any chance that you know anybody that could be looking for this particular thing that you do, could you refer them to me also? So as if you look, it's really just a it's really just a numbers game down to how many people you can talk to and how many partnerships you can set up. And the better partnerships, the people who have stronger networks and the stronger partnerships you can set up, obviously the more business you're going to be able to bring. Also as well is, I think another important thing is to consider is how you're going to take payments. How you're going to get paid obviously is pretty important. Whether you can do cash, check, can sometimes get a bit difficult meeting up with people to get checks. Is I found a lot of businesses run into that issue of, you know, just time constraints of actually getting to people and getting checks off people and things like that. So I have a link to QuickBooks below. I recommend QuickBooks to everybody for invoicing. So is it sets up a professional invoice, is the second you send it through, it can go directly through to their email for whatever your product or service is. Obviously if you're selling online products, there's a bunch of different other ways you can go about it, such as Shopify or PayPal, which are good, and also Stripe are very, very good. I'll include links below. I'm going to do another video on that subject later, just going a bit more in depth. But I 100% recommend QuickBooks to anybody that's doing any sort of business that's sending invoices to people, because it's just, you know, it's magical the way in which it works. Is it goes through to them, and obviously as well QuickBooks are very popular. I mean, Intuit is very popular company, so people feel very secure paying through QuickBooks, and then obviously the whole thing is secure, the transactions and everything like that. So I think sometimes people overlook how they're going to get paid and streamlining it as a business system. And then I think that's the start of your sales strategy. And once you have your sales strategy and it's built, is basically I'm going to include underneath also an Excel document that I use for all my sales strategies. I use 3 simple colors: green for I've contacted them, and told them about my product service, yellow for they're looking on buying, you know, they're interested, and then red for they're very, very close to closing. And then I change it to like a blue after they've closed, and then if by any chance the lead doesn't work out, is I change it to a black color. So it's just a simple color-coded Excel spreadsheet. But what I've realized, and what you'll come to realize, is the more people you can put into this Excel spreadsheet, the more money you're going to make. And there's literally, it's your business now. There's actually no limit to this whatsoever. So if you put 1,000 people within the spreadsheet, you're going to get 1,000 people's business. Or, well, you know, it's on some sort of close rate. Let's say you close 20%, and you're going to get 200 people's business. And then it just comes down to a simple numbers game. How many people do you have in your inner circle? How many people do you have in your outer circle? How many partnerships have you set up? How many people are coming to you as a lead, and how many of those are you closing? Those 5 things are your whole business and how money comes to you. And I think as long as you focus on the numbers and go, okay, I'm only working 15 of these leads at the moment, I need more leads, I need more different types of business, then you can know and you can plan out how to grow your business, and then you can always go back and analyze and look at it and go, oh, okay, this year I had this many leads and closed this amount, so next year if I want to do X amount of dollars, I need X amount of leads just based on your percentage of close rate. So final note I had to finish on here is numbers. Business is, I mean, at the end of the day, everybody talks about money, right? Oh, I want to make money, money, money. And what you realize is money's a number. So if you want the number, which is going to come to you, you need to put the numbers in to your sales strategy in order to get the numbers out. And don't shy away from the hard work, just worry about the numbers. If you concentrate and focus on these numbers and hit numbers, is just look at the most successful person in the business that you want to do, and if you can beat their numbers and close at a rate that's higher than them, you are going to be the most successful person in the industry that you're in. So this is just some good business advice from me that I wanted to give to people is, guys, go out there, get it done, kill it. If you need any help, feel free to message me. I just wanted to give a brief outline and really just say, like, hey, there's nothing holding you back anymore. That's everything you need to do to get from where you are right now to taking your first payment, to taking lots of payments. That's everything. That's the whole thing. Is you may need some additional insurances and things like that, but that's just paperwork and that's just paying for things. But that's really the whole strategy that you need to build you, hopefully, an extremely successful business. So feel free, ask me any questions in the comments below, and I'd love to have conversations with you and help you out any way that I can.